Now, I'd like to introduce you to Lilian Lai. Lilian was born in Malaysia and she's Sydney-based, and she uses ink on rice paper, and her works are a contemporary take on the Yi style. She honours her heritage through her work. Would you please welcome Lilian Lai?
I'm a Chinese person born in Malaysia. In 1988, I migrated to Australia and have been living here ever since. Today, the story is not entirety of my history or even a summary of it. But it's the pieces and have been distilled and condensed within me for all that time. I'll be speaking about my painting for these exhibitions, which I have collectively titled Journey to Australia. It's a pity that we are not having this talk at the exhibition itself. However, I display those photo paintings of a slide for you to see. I hope that you can go to the exhibition to see the actual painting for yourself. Journey to Australia. It's also the title for my first painting in the exhibitions. I painted most entirely on Chinese rice paper. That is the rice paper for painting, not the edible rice paper for use in delicious Vietnamese spring or summer rolls. Paper is the Chinese people give to civilizations. Paper making is documented to have been invented in China about 1900 years ago, and it seems likely that paper had already been made even before that. Paper is invaluable components of many things, not least the creation of books and enabling the printing press. And of course, paper is very useful for painting. This part of my heritage gave me pride. My style is Chinese, but not China. Let me explain it. It's common, especially in the art world. When you mention China, people think of names like Ai Weiwei and others. However, both my chosen medium and style have little in common with him. I do not offer sunflowers scattered upon the floor. As a Chinese person born in Malaysia, I am Chinese, but our Chinese culture is somewhat different. You could say it's frozen in time from before modern China with its current government and recent history. For us, Chinese painting takes the form of painting on rice paper and silk, wall scroll, and hand scroll. I like the Chinese spontaneous style, or CAE. Painting today is a bit like this history. Years in compilation, minutes in executions. A painting done in 10 minutes is 10 years of its making. One of my fellow artists, Andrew Lowe, once put it, CAE is like brain surgery. The faster, the better. The subject of bamboo is the first panel of my painting here. Bamboo is ingrained in the culture of Asia and Southeast Asia. It is used in everything from making chopsticks to building houses. In East Asia art, it's one of our four gentlemen, one of three friends of winter, and so on. For me, bamboo represents my cultural heritage. On the second panel, I have painted a gum forest, an iconic Australian subject with deep connection to our psyche. I have become Australian and paint Australian subject, but my medium and style are definitely still Chinese. I am Australian and still Chinese. We move on to my second painting, Wave. I love to paint the sea. It's a very Australian thing, to love the sea and the seaside. If bamboo is ingrained in Asia, the sea is in Australia. It's our playground, our summer holiday, our dream waterfront home, our sea change. Our national anthem even mentioned it twice, Girt by Sea. It's well known, but the sea is also the off-number second verse. For those who have come across the sea, we have abundant plain to share. The national anthem actually welcomed us migrants. Isn't that awesome? I also came to realize that there are quite a few of us migrants, including those federal MPs, who have so infamous forgotten that they are migrants or from migrant family. And they got so much into trouble because they forgot. Many of us are all related to those who have come across the sea, and Australia welcomes us. Our national anthem even says so. Perhaps most importantly, I will talk about my third painting for this exhibition, Beneath Our Radiant Southern Cross. As a subject for painting, the night sky has always fascinated me. The first line of the welcome second verse was Beneath Our Radiant Southern Cross. Beneath our radiant Southern Cross, it sounds like we are claiming this another symbol of Australia. Indeed, that the radiant Southern Cross makes its way on our flags, our clothes, our sports people, and art and such places. However, written is also made into the bodies of those who would use as a symbol or a word to banish any things or anyone and Australians. How odd. Consider this verse in our national anthem, which mentioned this symbol welcomed migrants in particular in the same breath. Moreover, the Southern Cross is not solely claimed by Australia. New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, and Brazil flags have it too. The Southern Cross, like the star in our night sky, cover far more than just Australia. Consider this. What would these other people and nations that share our sky and the Southern Cross in it think of those that would use those stars as a symbol, champion their discrimination against those who not Australian enough? Is this a reminiscence of another tragic story of a symbol? In ancient times, the swastika was a religious symbol used in Hinduism and Buddhism. But that is forever lost to us now. The use of the swastika is barred, the meaning observed, the symbol twisted and corrupted to a breaking point by the Nazis. It is also the fate of the Southern Cross, not if we chose otherwise. There is yet a chance for us to deny those who warps and debase the symbolism of the Southern Cross. We can still choose to have the meanings that are mentioned in the second verse of our national anthem, inviting everyone, no matter how many generations ago you came, to work together towards a brighter future. There is a chance. Recently, International Astronomical Union formally approved naming the smallest of the 5 stars in the Southern Cross genus, the traditional name used by the Wadaman people of Northern Australia. How cool is that? As I look into the story of the Southern Cross, I found that was a deep and rich history around it. The sky has ever been the canvas used to illustrate myth and legends, as well as to map both space and time in form of navigation and calendar. The Milky Way particularly is the subject of many stories. For some of the Aboriginal people of Australia and the Torres Strait Islands, the Milky Way represents emu in the sky, connecting the dark nebula near the Southern Cross in the dark band further down the Milky Way. And possibly of tens of thousands of years, some use the emu in the sky to signal the time of years to collect emu eggs, a calendar like the zodiac we celebrate even today. I would like to share with you something I recently got to see myself when I visited Coorong National Park here in Sydney. This is a composite photo of Mr. Barnaby Norris that was awarded third prize in 2007 Eureka Awards. As you can see, the bottom half is a rock and carving of emu done by the Gurungai people of West Head. In the sky in the Milky Way is pictured. the same email stretching out in the darkness across the sky. Interesting, the carving is not only the email carved at this side. Here you can see a photo of another email. It is leg underneath its body. You might expect to see if it is standing or running. It's nobly different the first carving, where the leg is stretched backwards almost like a bird in flight or email in the sky. How long ago was the carving made? How long ago did the first astronomer look up into the sky and then to the rock to record their visions? This, then, a heritage of this land, the heritage of Australia. I'm awed and humbled by it. I'm proud to have the small share of its tens of thousands of years by virtue of living here. Just I'm proud of the thousands of years of the history my ethnic heritage afford me. Certainly, the 230 years of white settlement should be brought to perspective. The sky is common heritage to us all. It covers the world without regard to race or religion, to the color of your skin, or language, the language you speak. Let us not allow even a small piece of it be claimed by those that would deny others or call them less worthy based on any of these things. Time grows short. It's time for me to wrap up the speech. I've shared with you my journey that followed with this painting. In this process, I have learned a lot. I hope I have been able to share some part of it with you today. And perhaps it will inspire you too to find out more of this subject and others related to them. Thank you for listening.